What's up, guys? In the works, and the Battlefield 4 reveal is finally here. We were all treated to a 17-minute campaign gameplay trailer last night, and that was quite a mouthful, but it showed off a lot of cool stuff about Battlefield 4. Looks like we're going to be getting a substantial upgrade in graphics. Graphics looked really nice. Granted, they were on the PC. I have yet to see any of the next-gen console graphics for Battlefield 4, but I'm sure eventually we will see stuff like that. And it was only campaign, but it looked like destruction was increased a substantial amount, which is awesome. I think graphics and destruction kind of go hand in hand because they are pretty demanding. I think some of the limitations of the older consoles kind of held Battlefield 3 back in terms of destruction, so it's nice to see that within the game. So you definitely want to check that out if you haven't yet. But one of the things that you can now do for Battlefield 4 is pre-order the game. And me personally, I'm not a huge fan of pre-ordering. I almost never pre-order a game. I just don't really see the point. It's like I don't want to give the company my money before I actually see what they've got to offer. But with Battlefield 4, you actually get some interesting bonuses. And a lot of people have actually been asking about this. They're actually kind of confused. You know, what do I get if I pre-order? Is it actually worth pre-ordering? And should I get the the $10 more copy? Do I actually get anything worthwhile? Well, there's going to be some slight differences that are worth going over, and I'm going to try to clarify a lot of the stuff because I don't think DICE has done a very good job of talking about it. Now, if you're looking at the editions here, you can see that you have a normal edition for your regular price of $59.99, but then you also have a digital deluxe edition for $10 more. Now, what's the big difference between these? Is it really worth upgrading? Now, if you didn't buy Medal of Honor and you don't have Battlefield 3 Premium, you might want to consider getting the digital deluxe if you want to play in the beta. And this might make a lot of Medal of Honor Warfighter players mad just because they may have bought the game just to get into the beta. But it turns out if you pre-order it with the digital deluxe, you actually get access to the beta. And you also get access to bonus content. I'm sure that's going to be an in-game skin or gun, similar to what they did with the Type 88 with the physical warfare package. So that is a little added incentive for $10 more. But both editions, if you pre-order, get access to the Battlefield 4 Premium Expansion Pack. And a lot of people are confused by this. You look at it and you're like, okay, so does that mean I get Premium Day 1? What's that really mean? Well, you definitely don't get Premium. What it means is you're going to get a DLC for free, similar to the way they did back to Karkan. So around December, January, if they stick to the same schedule, you'll get a DLC for free that'll also be included into Premium. Now, a lot of people look at that and they're like, well, should I just get the Premium offering? And, what they might do is wait to release Premium later in the month, later after that DLC is released. I don't know, EA tends to do some weird things like that, so it might actually be beneficial to pre-order the game. Even though I'm not huge on pre-orders, I think that this is a nice little added bonus. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the AMD card sponsorship. Essentially, last generation with Battlefield 3, NVIDIA was the card to go to. Well, it turns out they're actually going to be using AMD as the default, the optimized cards for Battlefield 4, which is a really big curveball for me since I just upgraded to a 680 recently. But you can clearly see that these look pretty darn awesome. Now, the demo we saw, the 17-minute gameplay trailer, these stills were all taken from the PC demo, which was run on a 7970. So I'm actually, I'm an AMD guy, so I'm actually kind of intrigued by this. Now, do I want to buy another graphics card? Probably not. I'm not really big on spending $500-600 every year because Battlefield decides to switch which card they're partnering with. But it's still pretty cool to see AMD get some love because they were kind of left out in the dark last generation. But my 680 is feeling a little bit weak right now because the 7990 looks like an absolute monster. But let's get back into some gameplay and talk about a few more things. But a lot of people have been asking me, is this game really going to be worth pre-ordering? It's really early, it's March, and this game probably won't come out till like October. Is it worth us, ponying up right now to pre-order the game? And to answer that question, EA would want me to tell you guys yes. Luckily, EA doesn't pay me, so I will tell you it like this. I would wait a little bit to pre-order it. There's really not a whole lot of incentive to pre-ordering it right now. Considering the beta is a long way off, you could probably wait till you see a little bit more to make your decision. I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're probably already interested in pre-ordering it to begin with. And since I'm not huge on pre-ordering games, I think that it's not fair to expect consumers to invest money into a product you really don't see a lot of yet. I don't really see a whole lot of point in pre-ordering, considering that you can go day one and probably pick up a console version of the limited edition, which will have a lot of the features. But if you don't have access to the beta, you didn't pre-order Medal of Honor, let's say you don't have Battlefield 3 Premium, it might actually be worthwhile to pre-order Battlefield 4 in order to get access to the beta, in order to get that first DLC for free. So it really is up to you guys. I wanted to kind of just clarify, you know, what's the big difference between these two versions, because I don't think Origin does a really good job. You know, you see premium tacked on there and you're like, oh, okay, so I get premium for free, which isn't the case. Essentially, you're going to get one of the DLCs that they're going to include in premium for free, exactly the same as they did with Karkan. Now, you might want to be a little bit leery of that. Some people might say, well, I'll just wait till premium and I'll save $10. I mean, you could do that, but you might have to wait till like May or June if they follow the same schedule as Battlefield 3. So I won't say that they will, because who knows how they're doing it. This is a whole different game. You know, they've seen what they can get from premium at this point, so I highly doubt they will they will follow the same schedule, just because it is so much different than it was there, considering that's on a lot of different platforms and stuff like that. But it's definitely something to consider. I mean, there's a lot of choices there as a consumer. Hopefully this makes your decision a little bit easier now that you know what you're going to be getting. Because I was confused at first too, till I kind of sat down and kind of dissected it, and I looked at some of the information we had. We already know that they've got that DLC ready to go. So that's definitely the case, guys. Don't get confused. You're not going to get premium day one. You're essentially going to get a Karkan expansion. So, but overall, I was really kind of impressed by the trailer. I'm not big on campaign trailers. I'm not big on flashy explosions, but I thought the graphical upgrades were really cool. I thought the destruction aspects were a substantial improvement, and that's something I'm definitely going to be following very closely throughout the development cycle of Battlefield 4, because destruction is something that I think Battlefield 3 kind of underachieved on, and hopefully they really up the ante with Battlefield 4. And all signs that, you know, I've seen have pointed to yes. Most people are saying, hey, look, Destruction 4.0 is here. They know they messed up with Battlefield 3, and it's going to be pretty awesome for Battlefield 4. So we'll see. We'll see. A lot of that stuff is still up in the air, but overall, a pretty interesting amount of information came out yesterday. But if you missed any of my past videos, here's a chance to catch up. I did a review on in-game yesterday, which is actually a really good video. I think a lot of you guys actually may have missed that one, so check that one out. Or maybe if you want, click on the bottom right corner of the screen on that little question mark and pick a mystery video. I figured we'd spice up some of these outros. Pick a video that you may have not have seen on my channel, an older video. You know, I'll surprise you guys with something good. But I will see you guys next time. Peace.